Welcome back, everyone, and thank you for joining us on our fifth Letterkenny table read. If you are watching us on YouTube, you'll be able to make comments. If I'm able, I will get your comments on the stream for everyone to see. This will in no way, shape, or form be anything resembling a professional table read. We will fumble lines, we will laugh, and some of us may be intoxicated in one way or another. Let me introduce myself. I am Dean, the older, taller, less attractive half of the How Are You Now podcast. I run the Podskier Podcast Network, where How Are You Now resides. Tonight, aside from pushing all of the buttons, I will be doing the parts of both Schmelt and Radass. I will now have each member introduce themselves and tell you who they're playing. I'll start with our good friend, Jared Kiso's favorite, biggest fan, Annie Wilkes. Awesome!
How are you now?
Couldn't you?
Not so bad. No, I lie. I'm fucking dying because it's a million, trillion, bazillion degrees. And I have turned into the proverbial California raisin.
All right.
Did you hear it through the grapevine?
Anyway.
I see you.
You done been sought.
She done did looked at me.
So, awesome. How are you now?
God, I'm so fucking busy right now. It's ridiculous. Between doing the Takeover podcast for Alan Crew and the subreddit. I love you, Renee. Never change. And the subreddit, and the fact that Michelle Milet posted some pictures today letting everyone know that Series 12 is in production and underway for filming. It's been a hell of a week.
As it should be. So what are you doing today for us?
Today I will be your narrator, and I have provided all of the descriptions for this wonderful script.
Well, we certainly appreciate that. Al, tell us about what you're doing this evening and how you are and everything. I mean, it's been a while since we've done this, so
it has been a while, and I've missed these. So yes, I'm Al Grego. I am the host of the Produce Stand podcast, and I will be playing Wayne tonight. So yes, follow us on Produce Stand Pod. Anywhere you get your podcasts, at Produce Stand Pod on all the socials. And thanks to Katie's Instagram post, I went a little viral today with her picture. But yeah, it got a lot of excitement going on this, online today. So it was a lot of fun.
Excellent.
And this is my wife.
I'm disappointed in all of you.
I'm Tanya, Alan's other half, and I'm also on the Produce Stand as one of the co-hosts. I will be playing Katie, Wayne's sister.
Hey now.
Oh my.
I've got that Pornhub lined up.
Hey, I pay money for that, okay?
There will be no method acting tonight.
I mean, hey, no judgment. All right. Next up, Dennis.
Hey. I'm Dennis Guggen. Tonight I'll be playing Squirrely Dan. You can find me on the socials at DG Pop Customs. I'm a Funko Pop customizer, so check it out.
And a damn fine one.
Yep.
We got some right over here.
Listen to your voice all day. Oh man,
dude, Dennis does have the type of voice that just massages your ear genitals.
Mm-hmm. It'll massage your uvula.
Enjoy the audible chocolate.
Pleasurable.
I have a situation.
Good.
Is that a slip and slide over there?
It's a slip and slide over here, boy.
All right. Next up is our yogi, the one and only, Mr. Brian Tan.
How are you now?
Good, and you? Not so bad. All right, go. Let's go.
I am Brian Tan. I am one half of the Plotaholics podcast. And actually tomorrow at noon here on YouTube, myself and a special guest will be discussing our predictions for season 5 of Cobra Kai, which drops on
Oh.
Friday,
Nice.
12
Very
noon
nice.
Eastern. So check us out for that. You can find me on the socials at Brian Tan Author on the Twitter and on the Facebook, and at Author Brian Tan on the Instagram. Tonight, I will be playing the birthday boy, Daryl.
All right. Excellent. Well done. And my good friend, co-host of the Disputed Podcast, Demand.
Hello, blurs and nerds. I am Damon, father of 2, husband of 1. I'm the opposite of all the things that Dean said earlier because I forgot. And I am the sensei of 17 syllable silliness. You can find me on all the socials at Damon Does. I host another podcast called Damon Does. I have some other projects in the works that I'll mention later at some point. And I'm just happy to be here.
Boy, we love having you here, bud. And our sick boy over here, my good buddy, Renee.
McGregor.
Renee.
Hello, everybody. My name is Renee Encarnacion. Follow me on all my social media at BetYouIDid. I am a co-host of Perfectly Misfit.
I was on that.
Wait, you were?
I
gotta talk to my booker.
Your booger. Blow your nose.
Yeah, that's definitely who we're talking to today. Renee has not left his bed for the most part of the day. But yes, again, I'm co-host of Perfectly Misfit, a veteran-run and owned podcast where we discussed.
We probably discussed a lot of
everyday topics, current events, food podcasts, and TV shows and movies with my buddy Dan Webb. And today I will be playing Jonesy and Joint Boy.
The role of a lifetime.
Little too on the
Act like
nose.
you haven't been so fucking thirsty for this role that you've been gagging. Please, do not front with us.
It's not the flu. It's just that he got so excited. It's the sugar crash.
Yeah, that's not phlegm. That's not phlegm.
Choking the chicken.
Yeah, that is not phlegm going down that throat.
Wow.
Oh my.
And this is my buddy Towley.
Don't forget to bring a towel.
You're a Towley.
Next time that you're going to be having a gusher because you're playing joint board, make sure you have a towel.
You're just too good at that. I hate it.
Okay, you guys. So, like I said, if you're watching us on YouTube and you want to leave comments along the way, say anything, say hi, talk about how shitty we are, whatever, you can do so. And maybe I'll put them on the air. But anyway, so as we like to do here, let's get going with Daryl Super Soft Birthday Party. Awesome.
Okay. Series 1, Episode 2, Daryl's Super Soft Birthday. Scene 1, Exterior, Field, Day. Wayne stands in front of a flatbed trailer holding a puppy. He speaks directly to camera.
You heard a couple of nutsacks talking about hockey the other day.
Scene 2, Interior, Modine's, Day. Riley and Jonesy sit at a bar table with a third hockey player, whom they refer to as Schmelt. Red-haired, young, eager. Wayne is in the background, seated at the bar. Gail's wiping down the bar top in front of him. They can't help overhearing the hockey players' conversation.
This kid.
Kid's a fucking stud.
Kid's a fucking beauty.
Fucking look at this kid.
Fucking love this kid.
Kid likes lamp.
Hashtag lamplight.
Lamp.
Don't give him too much space, buddy. He'll dangle. He'll dangle all the fucking way to outer space.
Goddamn this song. Stuck some Martian titties up there, boys.
Just getting super sloppy all over our space dinks.
Silky mittens, top kittens, Berta boys.
Berta.
Berta.
Big roadie to the big city this weekend, Schmelt. Do you know what that means?
Um,
The mood turns from congratulatory to terse and impatient. Rayleigh and Jonesy are not happy with Schmelt's hesitation.
Sucking city titty, idiot.
Sucking all that big city titty, idiot.
Call of the big city slam piece.
Big city slams, idiot.
Big cities billet mums. Big cities billet sisters.
Let's get our D sucked on, boys.
You.
Wayne averts his gaze from the hockey players, and Gail shakes her head in disapproval.
Hey, how's school going, Schmelt?
it's going.
Just kidding. We don't give a fuck.
Get our pop schmelt.
Big city slam, Schmelt.
Riley and Jonesy get up and walk out with the parting send-off. Wayne watches them leave. Scene 3, exterior, field, day. Back at the field, Wayne, still cradling the puppy, looks unhappily confused and blinks compulsively. Opening credits. Scene 4, exterior, farm, back porch, day. Wayne, Katie, and Dan are standing on the back porch smoking. Daryl approaches like a schoolboy called in front of the principal.
How are you now?
Not so bad.
Good, and you?
Not so bad.
Do you shit yourself?
You look like you've got an awkward boner.
Daryl shakes his head.
Don't.
Don't what?
Katie looks directly at Daryl with a mischievous grin as she answers Dan.
Dan, do you know that Derry used to get boners every morning in grade 9 during O Canada?
No shit.
Yep. Just look. Just could not get through O Canada without getting a boner.
Give a young man 30 idle seconds. He's going to get a boner. We talked about this.
Is something you want to talk about now?
Daryl looks at the ground and kicks some gravel around.
Oh, pitter patter. Let's get at her.
I was wondering if this year we could skip the birthday party?
Wayne stands up abruptly from where he was leaning on the railing, squaring up for a confrontation.
Skip your super soft birthday party? Are you fucking high?
Hard no.
Daryl's super soft birthday party.
Every year, Daryl's mom used to throw him these birthday parties when he was a kid.
Softest birthday party on planet Earth.
Boy band, karaoke, cupcake decoration station, charcuterie. One year, his mom had him make the world a better place party.
One year they dressed a horse up like a unicorn, and he was never really the same after that.
It's not funny. I used to take a lot of teas in school for those.
Should I get you a tissue, Sally?
No, he'll have one in his purse, or maybe his clutch.
Party's happening, Daryl. You don't fuck with tradition.
Daryl nods with grim resignation. He will never be free of the super soft birthday party. Scene 5, interior, farmhouse, kitchen, day. Wayne, Daryl, and Dan are sat around the table as Katie works in the kitchen. Daryl peels open a yogurt as Dan speaks.
So, the agenda. After your dust up over the weekend, safe to assume you're fighting again.
Correct.
10-4, good buddy. Well, it's going to be a busy week because there's a few guys walking around town claiming to be the toughest guy in Letterkenny.
I'm the toughest guy in Letterkenny.
You were the toughest guy in Letterkenny. It's been some time. Now, safe to assume that this title is as important to you as it was then?
Does a duck with a boner drag weeds?
Love that line. Mwah.
10-4, good buddy. And it's safe to assume that the challenges will be coming up around the farm, as that is how you have conducted business in the past?
Well, I was never one for an audience.
All right. Well, let's talk about the challengers. First up, we got Sled Ted.
Why is it called Sled Ted?
Well, he likes fixing sleds and riding sleds and talking about sleds. He just really likes sledding, boys. He beat up a guy named Basic J.
Why is he called Basic J?
Because he's a fucking basic.
And now he thinks he's the toughest guy in Letterkenny. After that, we got a Radass.
Why is he called Radass?
Because he's got a hairy ass like a rat.
Can confirm.
The men all look at Katie for a moment, unwillingly contemplating how she acquired this knowledge.
He beat up a guy named Brains.
Before Daryl can ask, Wayne answers his unspoken question.
See, his name's Brian, but he spelt it brain, like the computer at bowling time. At bowling one time, just kind of stuck.
Now he thinks he's the toughest guy in Letterkenny. And after that, we got Joint Boy.
Daryl predictably opens his mouth to yet again inquire as to the provenance of the nickname, but Dan cuts him off.
Because he smokes a lot of joints, Barry.
Daryl starts scraping the last little bits out of his yogurt cup, but Dan leans over the table and takes the cup out of his hand.
That's just plucking the low-hanging fruit is what that is.
I seen that guy take on 4 bouncers at the Rippers one time. He is otherworldly. Got a dome on him like an Easter Island statue.
Is he single? Not that it matters, I guess.
Kitty leans over the counter to give Wayne his marching orders.
Look, keep it at the end of the laneway. No G-gens on the property.
That's a Texas size 10-4.
Over and out.
Scene 6. Exterior. Farm. Back porch. Day. Katie stands in the laneway, smoking a joint and shaking her head. Rayleigh and Jonesy wait for Katie in their Jeep at the very edge of the property. Hip-hop plays over the car stereo.
Well, this is annoying.
Wayne, Dan, and Daryl sit in their chairs on the porch, drinking coffee and smoking.
What are you doing out there?
They're scared of you.
Katie sighs, exasperated, and walks over to the hockey players.
This night.
Fucking love this snipe. Snipe is a fucking sniper.
Sniper's a fucking beauty.
Fucking look at this snipe.
Fucking love this snipe.
Wheel snipe selling, boys.
Dirty fucking dangles, boys.
Rayleigh and Jonesy stand up to holler at Katie as she nears the Jeep.
You're a sniper.
You're a snipe.
Start, you pansy. Why don't you walk up the laneway again? We're having babies.
Katie punctuates her threat by tossing her lit roach into the front seat of the truck before climbing into the back.
Put it out, put it out,
Whoa,
put it
whoa.
out.
Fuck.
Those boys need to give their balls a tug.
Maybe check, make sure they're still attached right quick.
Might want to put a mirror down there, see what's what.
One time, my cousin, he tore open his ball sack trying to do a skateboard trick, and he had to show it to his mom.
Was it a scrotal snack?
Well, you know the dangly piece of flesh what hangs down behind the penis?
Scrotal sack.
The nut sack.
So he tears open his ball sack open trying to do the skateboard trick, and he's got to show it to his mom's because apparently one of his testicles is showing.
Was it the right one or the left one?
Why is that of importance?
Well, because left one's more sperm in it than the right one.
Spermatozoa is always what it's called.
Damn it!
Now that,
Awesome, real quick. You called yourself that awesome. Just saying.
Tell you what, if I ripped open my ball sack trying to do a skateboard trick, I'd be more worried about seeing my vast deference.
Well, you'd have to tear your ball sack pretty near wide open doing a skateboard trick if you wanted to see your own vast deference.
I'm not sure I want to see my own vast deference. Think if I saw my own vast deference. I'd be quite worried.
I'd be most worried if I tore open my ball sack trying to do a skateboard trick if I could see my accessory glands.
We don't want to go too kooky with accessories on your truck or your Jeep. It's okay with like a quad though. Like my buddy Big T's got a snorkel kit on his, and that's pretty punk rock.
What's an accessory gland?
Wayne looks perturbed that no one has a response to this anecdote about his buddy's quad.
Well, if your vast deference is your sperm ducts, the accessory glands is what supplies lubricant to the sperm duct.
I think if I ripped open my ball sack trying to do a skateboard trick, I'd be most worried about seeing my seminal vesicles.
Oh,
That's-
like the Florida State Seminole vesicles?
No, like the sack that hangs between your vas deferens that contains fructose, which is energy for the sperm.
Once again, Daryl and Dan leave Wayne hanging, and he turns his head away from them to process what just happened.
Yeah, it's like when you go into the city there and they got them charge stations for people, what drives electric cars. That's pretty much your seminal vesicles.
Wayne blinks rapidly for a second, then turns back to Daryl and Dan to address their oversight.
I thought it was pretty funny when I said Florida State Seminole vesicles, and nobody laughed.
Daryl and Dan keep their silence. They're not going to dignify Wayne's statement. Wayne
He
looks
got the
into the
big
distance
fuck.
once more.
He really got the big fuck you. I love it.
He really did. Like, they just shut his poor ass down, right? All right.
It can be
Scene
funny too,
7.
guys.
Scene 7. Interior. Farmhouse. Kitchen. Day. Wayne, Daryl, and Dan are sat at the kitchen table. A bottle of Gus and Brew open and shots already poured in front of them. The landline rings. Wayne stands up and answers the call.
Hello? Okay. And in the laneway, don't come up the property. Good.
Wayne adjusts his jeans as he walks back to the table and sits down.
Led Ted's here.
They do their shots and double tap the glasses on the tabletop. Slow motion. Rock music plays over the scene. Wayne, Daryl, and Dan each light a cigarette as they walk down the laneway to meet the challenger, Sled Ted. Dirty clothes, beat up truck, has a buddy with him. Wayne flicks his smoke away as Sled Ted takes off his overshirt and the battle is joined. The two combatants circle each other, looking for an opening. The fight is fast, both men throwing hard from jump, but Ted is wild and off target, and Wayne is nowhere near fucking around. After 2 misses from Ted and a corresponding pair of solid hits from Wayne, Sled Ted taps out. Wayne offers him a handshake. Victorious, Wayne lights up another dart, and he, Daryl, and Dan walk back to the porch as Sled Ted and his buddy leave the property. Scene 8. Exterior. Dollar store. Day. The Skids are dancing to EDM, showing off their moves. Katie gets out of Wayne's truck and walks towards the entrance of the dollar store. Slow motion. Katie and Stuart make eye contact. Stuart nods in greeting, and Katie smiles and looks away. He watches her enter the store, then returns his attention to his crew to conduct the display. Scene 9. Exterior. Farm. Tractor bar. Day. Dan and Derry sit on benches on either side of the barn doors. Wayne is inside the barn, in the storage area over the tractor. He performs trick flips with a wrench. Dan is smoking, and Derry is demolishing a bag of all-dressed ruffles.
Lucky. Basic Jay must have been a shit fighter to lose to that asshat.
Wayne sets the wrench down and folds his arms, leaning against the work table.
I've known Basic J to be a pretty tough dude. He's not really a fucking basic. I guess he could have had a cold or the flu.
Nah, Sled Ted had Bigfoot hands.
Yeah, he's a big, grimy brute.
Good fighter, though.
You guys remember the fragrance brute? Or Actif brute?
Yeah.
Yeah, they still makes that.
I always enjoyed that fragrance.
You could use it to dry up zits too.
You know what? You know that you can use shaving cream to get permanent marker off your hands?
Why don't you just dip your hands in the parts cleaner?
Well, most people don't have parts cleaner.
Well, most likely Radass will be your next dude.
I hear he's a greaser.
Can confirm.
So fucking greasy, I almost don't wanna.
I saw him with his shirt off swimming at the gravel pit not long ago. His back acne was extraordinary.
This is intriguing information. Wayne leaves the table and walks over to lean on the railing and look down at Derry.
Like, extraordinary how?
Well, like, I thought about it for a while after it's all.
Well, elaborate. I'm likely gonna have to touch it.
Well, like it was cultivated.
This gives Dan pause, and he mulls the idea over.
Well, by not showerling, likely.
Likely. Did you know that men can wear the fragrance CK1 as well as women?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's because it's a unisex fragrance.
Says that right in the bottle. But would you?
Oh, negative.
Me neither.
Would you wear a Gap Dream?
Dan and Wayne share a concerned look before protesting.
No, Derry, that's for girls.
Daryl looks back and forth between Wayne and Dan as they berate him.
Derry, that's for girls.
You can't walk around smelling like pretty girls.
You're not wearing it right now, are you?
Dan looks at Daryl with an intense expression of judgment.
It's so expensive. I just use sunscreen. Banana boat.
Dan and Wayne are both disappointed with Daryl's answer. Dan resumes his smoke, and Wayne looks away, done with the conversation.
Let's get into some of those fucking all-dressed chips.
Wayne walks down the stairs to relieve Daryl of his snack. Scene 10. Interior. Farmhouse. Kitchen stairs. Day. In the kitchen, Katie walks in from the front room, attention mostly on her phone, as Wayne approaches the stairs. They exchange greetings.
Oh, Jesus, Katie, put some fucking clothes on.
Not my forte.
Unfortunate.
Wayne proceeds up the stairs until Katie stops him.
Hey, neighbor said he's gonna give us a horse this year.
What?
Oh, sorry, he's not gonna give us a horse this year.
What?
Sorry, Lynn.
Allow me to restate my what?
What?
Well, he said that last
What
year,
the hell?
and his breath smelled like alcohol.
Well, it's probably mine. You could have lit my breath on fire the next day. Horse was half cut, though.
Said he's gonna give us a donkey.
Nope.
Might be funny.
Gotta be a horse. You don't fuck with tradition.
You're really gonna pump the brakes on a donkey dressed up like a unicorn?
Oh, I'm stomping the brakes. You put that idea right through the windshield.
But it's a donkey dressed like a unicorn.
Wayne grasps the stair railing like it's a lifeline.
Katie?
Katie finally looks up from her phone.
Well, it's better than a kick in the pants.
Wayne bends down and folds himself over the railing. He is dead serious. Katie pulls back a little at his attitude.
Do you want this to be the softest birthday party ever or not?
Katie meets Wayne's intense eye contact and leans back in as she matches his tone.
I want this just as much as you do.
Well, then find us a horse.
Wayne starts to disengage, but remembers his manners at the last second.
Please and thank you.
Katie acknowledges his request as Wayne starts going back up the stairs. Wayne can't help but channel their mum.
And don't stay out in the sun too long. Your skin will look like an old saddlebag.
Yeah.
Scenes 11. Interior, farmhouse, kitchen, day. Wayne, Daryl, and Dan gathered around the kitchen table. Shots of Gus and Brew once again poured and waiting. The landline rings. Wayne gets up and answers the call. The conversation is identical to the last time this happened.
Hello? Okay. End of the laneway. Don't come up the property. Good.
Wayne walks back to the table, hitches up his jeans nice and tight, and sits down.
Calm down.
Rat ass is here.
Don't interrupt me. What?
You do not interrupt the slip and slide. You do not interrupt the slip and slide.
They take their shots and double tap the glasses on the table. Scene 12. Exterior, farm, back porch, day. Slow-mo. Heavy blues rock plays over the scene. Same as last time, Wayne, Daryl, and Dan walk outside, light up darts, and proceed down the laneway to meet the challenger, Radass. Just as greasy as promised, he's also brought a friend. Ore does some stretches and warms up as the Hicks approach. Wayne throws the smoke away, ready to get down to business when Radass interrupts.
Keep this standing. This goes to the ground. We stand up.
The Hicks are befuddled at this breach of protocol.
Okay.
This goes to a clinch. We separate.
Great. Let's go.
Right. So hit me.
Wayne looks to his friends, confused and unhappy. This is not how any of this is supposed to go. Daryl tries valiantly to get events back on course.
Fight him or shut the fuck up!
Radass slaps himself in the face as he continues to taunt Wayne.
Give you a free one.
What the fuck is this? Let's fucking do this.
Let's fucking square off!
Wayne beckons Radass in, and the pair begin circling. Slow-mo. The combatants trade blows, testing each other until Wayne pins Radass to the hood of his truck. Radass tries to get control back by grabbing Wayne's hair and pulling him away.
Hey! He's pulling air! He's pulling air!
All three onlookers pull the fighters apart, making space.
Come on. Let's stop this, shitty Wolverine.
Slow-mo. The next round is more brutal than the first. The hits are harder, wilder. Radass tries to grapple with Wayne, only to be thrown to the ground for his trouble. Radass stands up, pulls his tarp off, and yells as he slaps himself repeatedly in the face. Daryl was unfortunately correct about the scale and scope of this dude's back knee.
Hit me. Come on. I love pain.
You said it says rips tarp off.
Oh, shut up.
I paid $40 for this piece of merch.
All right.
Hulk Hogan, that
Tom
shit
Cruise
off.
on that
We
shirt.
are poor.
All
He
right.
gently
Wayne.
pulls the shirt off.
Yes,
Hangs it on a hanger.
Yeah,
Make
Cool,
sure it's
not
all
cool.
on the Sam.
Some of us are just more committed than others. That's fine. I see how it is.
Hey, man.
I come with costumes. It's fine.
Hey, bro, you can't just keep ripping like shirts, man. You ain't Hulk Hogan.
Brother.
Anyway,
Brother.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Wayne, thoroughly disgusted, aims a jab at Radass's chin, but drops it at the last second to hit him in the solar plexus. Winded, Ore doubles over, presenting the perfect target to Wayne, who finishes with the left and then a final uppercut that puts Radass down for good and follows up directly to the pack of darts in his breast pocket. Wayne fishes one out and lights up as he and his friends walk away, not looking back. Scene 13. Exterior, farm, red barn, day. Riley and Jonesy are hanging a sign that reads, "Happy birthday, bestie," on a red painted shed. Their self-congratulatory attitude is entirely outsized to their accomplishment.
Look at the execution, boys.
Look at the hustle, boys.
Riley and Jonesy fist bump.
Ding.
Katie approaches.
You guys made the liquor run, right?
I was Donnie drives the car,
I was Nikki navigates.
but we couldn't find a lot of the stuff on the list.
Yeah.
Like what?
Riley digs a note out of his pocket and unfolds it nervously.
There's ingredients that I don't think you can get in Letterkenny.
Yeah.
So go to the city.
Yeah, but we got practice in a couple hours.
We want to crush a couple Sandos before, too.
Grab some appies, maybe?
We haven't had a pregame naps either.
Appies and nappies, Ferda.
Ferda.
Riley and Jonesy fist bump again.
Well, we need everything on the list. So what drinks do you need ingredients for?
Corabella love potion?
Purple passion punch.
Lemon gingerini?
Apricot Toblerone cocktail.
Couldn't find a flirtini.
Couldn't find sparkling mango sorbet float. Don't know really what that is.
Well, that's all of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I have about a million things to do. This party is going to be the softest birthday party ever. If you guys don't give me everything on the list, you'll be pulling each other's horns from now on.
Katie's phone dings with a text message alert. She pulls it out to check. Riley and Jonesy check in with each other, disappointed.
Pitter patter.
So far.
Riley and Jonesy stomp off to their Jeep. Katie reads her texts. Superimposed on screen. It's Stuart. Saw you uptown today. Email me. pokesuicideboy69@hotmail.com. Katie smiles, but doesn't answer. Scene 14. Exterior. Farm. Hay barn. Day. Outside the hay barn, Wayne, Daryl, and Dan are having beers and smoking.
Fuck, was he a beaker? Like, he wouldn't stop beaking.
That shit is the worst.
That was right. Stick to the task. I'm sorry. That was right. Stick to the task at hand, pal. Keep your trap shut. Throw bombs.
I wouldn't say shit if my mouth was full of it.
I haven't seen that many hits since Good Charlotte played the Warped Tour.
Yeah, more like not very good Charlotte.
I always like No Effects.
Yes, effects.
Katie runs into shot and pins Daryl's arms behind him while Wayne slaps his belly.
Big fucking day, Derry. Big fucking day.
Big fucking day.
Birthday beats.
It's your special day, Derry.
Birthday beats.
Katie throws Daryl off his hay bale. He hits the ground, laughing ruefully.
No, that's not polite, Katie.
You really are a Sally.
Most action I've seen since I gave Daryl Cal's teats a good scrubbing.
Oh.
I don't need to know that. You're pretty good at wrestling there, Katie, and that's what I appreciate about you.
Wayne gives Dan a hard look as Katie walks away back to the house.
Is that what you appreciate about me?
Let's go easy over there, Squirrely Dan.
Yeah. Hey, look at you, Ground.
Wayne refocuses his attention on the upcoming challenge.
So tell me about this guy, Joint Boy.
Well, I'm not going to sugarcoat it for you, Wayne. This guy looks like an Australian rugby player, chiseled out of stones.
Uh-oh.
Got legs on him like tree trunks.
Is that a deciduous tree or a coniferous tree?
What?
Well, there's a difference. If we're talking about like a maple tree, which is thick and deciduous, or a Christmas tree, which is thin and coniferous.
Yeah, but both as hard as made of wood, right?
No, there's a difference, all I'm saying.
What type of tree is a coconut tree?
It's a palm tree.
How do you know?
Well, like the internet.
Oh.
Anyways, back to Joints Boy.
How come I never heard of him before?
Oh, he just got out of jail. He was arrested for assault after he beats the shit out of a guy for pushing up on his sister. He got this big entourage of guys, bald-headed, bearded dudes, what looks like a whole bunch of surly uncles.
Yes, I love that.
You think we should call the ginger?
No.
Why not? He's tougher now.
Yeah, but like you heard, he fucked an ostrich, right?
He what?
He fucked an ostrich.
Allegedly.
How does a fella get caught up in that sort of business?
Well, I guess his cousins had an ostrich farm. Well, and he thought it might be fun to fuck one.
Allegedly.
So he got hard, well, somehow, and fucked an ostrich.
Somehow.
That's fucked.
That's a felony.
So we use them in emergencies only then.
I should say.
Scene 15. Exterior, farm, backyard, day. Rock music plays as we pan over Wayne and Katie's backyard. Dozens of people have gathered for the festivities. What did I miss? I was reading. What the fuck?
Song.
That sounds really familiar.
I was watching your faces. It was amazing. Like, oh, yeah,
Wait, did they use one of your tracks?
No.
Wayne and Katie's
I just picked it.
backyard.
Awesome. Excellent.
The music brought to you by Poise for the Worm.
Nah, for me it was Wayne and Katie's backyard that killed me.
Oh, hey now.
I mean, it's their house. It's their yard. Fuck.
Yeah, but that's insinuating that both of their asses are hairy.
It's okay.
Runs in the family.
Oh.
Get your mind out of the gutter.
I can't. It
There's
lives
only room
there.
for Awesome in there.
There's only room for me in here. Get the fuck out or pay rent.
Ew. On who?
Anyway,
Anywho's.
rock music plays as we pan over Wayne and Katie's backyard. Dozens of people have gathered for the festivities. Everything Wayne and Katie mentioned earlier is there. Charcuterie, cupcake decoration station, karaoke, a horse dressed up like a unicorn. Wayne and Katie are busy decorating cupcakes. Riley and Jonesy are manning the banquet table that's serving as a bar. Daryl is wearing a tiara and a feather boa, as befits the birthday boy, and holding an extremely tropical-looking drink. Wayne puts the finishing touches on his cupcake.
Derry. Hey, Derry.
Wayne shoves his cupcake under Daryl's nose.
This one's for you.
Daryl smiles at first, but then his face falls as he realizes he's being made fun of.
Aww.
Katie smiles at Daryl's chagrin. Two trucks pull up the laneway, clouds of smoke billowing out of the cabins.
Hey, Joint Boy's here.
Wayne, Katie, and Daryl straighten up as JB's crew disembark their rides.
Which one of you is Wayne?
Wayne steps forward and spits on the ground.
Got some business.
JB takes a final toke off his spliff and passes it to his buddy before marching up to Wayne. Dan walks into frame as Wayne speaks.
You're interrupting a party for my best pal that my little sister worked pretty hard to put on.
Joint Boy approaches Wayne.
Hold it.
JB stops in his tracks, and Wayne turns to ask Katie for her permission to proceed, since it's her party and all.
May I sort this out now, please?
Katie looks as grim as any Spartan woman telling her man to come back with his shield or on it.
Goddamn right you may.
Thank you.
Don't lose.
Wayne turns back to face his opponent, and Dan hands him a bottle of Gus and Brew. Wayne takes a slug, pulls out a dart, and lights it as he walks up to Joint Boy.
You had yourself a scrap the other weekend at Modine's.
What's it to you?
Left the dude pretty banged up. I heard he kicked a slow learning fella. I heard he kicked a slow learning fella on the bum while he was having a piss. A slow learning fella is my cousin, my second cousin.
Okay.
Being the toughest guy in Letterkenny is important to me. I'm sure it is to you, but we're all hicks here. You done me a favor, and I'd be willing to shake your hand and call it a day.
Wayne swivels back to Katie to check if this is acceptable to her. She shakes her head in the negative. Wayne addresses JB once more.
I didn't do you no favors, because I don't know who the fuck you are.
Wayne sheds his party hat and ditches his dart.
We done talking?
Joint Boy shrugs, and the fight is on. Slow-mo. Hard, fast rock music plays over the fight. All roads lead to the end of the laneway, and the fight for the title is on. This is the climax of the week. Joint Boy is more serious competition than either Sled Ted or Shitty Wolverine. I mean, Radass. As Wayne and Joint Boy trade hits, JB's crew starts to close in, but they're waved off, and Wayne does the same for his backup. This is between the two of them, and no one will be allowed to interfere. The two titans trade headshots back and forth until one of them buckles. It's Joint Boy. Wayne presses the advantage and skips in close for the final blow. One last solid punch to the temple puts JB down in the dirt, half unconscious. The music stops. Wayne walks up to Joint Boy where he's fallen, breathing heavily. This is the most exertion we've seen from him in a fight. Swallowing hard, he asks,
You want to come to a super soft birthday party?
Scene 16. Exterior. Farm. Backyard. Later. After the fight, the party continues as if nothing happened. 200 Grand by Sunshine plays over the scene. The guests are gathered around the picnic tables, eating, drinking, talking. Dan, a spool of candy floss in one hand, pets the horse dressed up as a unicorn. Derry sits with Dan in front of the woodshed, a wrapped gift in his lap, and they toast each other with their outrageously colored drinks. Their conversation is intercut with shots of various characters enjoying themselves at the party.
Happy birthday, dearie. Well, it's really more for them, ain't it?
What is?
All this.
Wayne and Katie are once again bogarting the cupcake decoration station. Katie is adding sprinkles to her cupcake while Wayne shovels frosting on his. He licks some off his fingers, then stops, offended.
That's vanilla?
No, it's not. It's cream cheese.
No.
That's cream cheese.
No.
Yeah, that's cream cheese.
Wayne, in a fit of pique, hucks his cupcake at the bar next to them, then flicks a spoonful of sprinkles at Katie, making her flinch and bump into the table.
Jesus.
You didn't even remember they weren't allowed to have birthday parties growing up. They had to go Bucky at mine.
Katie reaches over and smears a handful of the hated cream cheese frosting onto Wayne's cheek, then smashes a cupcake full of chocolate frosting onto the opposite side of his neck, while he just stands there and takes it. She steps back to admire her handiwork.
Well, they do goes alls outs, don't they?
Yeah, it's a Texas size 10 floor. You know, Joint Boy and his pals hadn't shown up. Figured this would have been the softest birthday ever.
Well, that's a small victory for you, I suppose.
No, I was worried. Thought I might have to get Stewart and the Skids to come over here and start hoovering up their white powder of theirs.
Katie pushes a party horn into Wayne's mouth as he giggles and pours sprinkles down his shirt by the spoonful.
Anything for a little bit edge. Am I right?
The white stuff. The snooter.
Wayne blows the horn.
Devil's dandruff. The dander.
Yeah, I hoovered up a bit of the schneefen. What's that?
I said Wayne blows whose horn?
Oh,
Shut up!
Sorry about
There's such a thing as too much horn talking. If I ought to make sure of it.
Excellent save. Fucking excellent.
Yeah, I hoovered up a bit of the schneef in my day.
You ever hoover barnyard schneef?
I've hoovered behind the manure pile schneef.
You ever hoovered Schneef off a sleeping cow's spine?
I've hoovered Schneef off an awake cow's teat.
Wouldn't the coke just get caught in the fur? Like, ew. I'm overthinking
right?
here.
You're just hovering fucking cow hair at that point.
Yeah.
Riley and Jonesy are still at the bar table, and the unfortunate horse has joined them. Jonesy tries to pet it, but the beast moves to avoid contact.
What are the odds I ride him home bareback? Ew.
It's gonna hurt your balls. Man.
Wayne stands in front of Joint Boy and a couple of his pals, hands tucked behind his back, frosting all over his face. Joint Boy, holding an ice pack up to his face, sticks out his free hand to congratulate Wayne on his win.
Good going.
Instead of shaking hands, Wayne holds out a cupcake for JB. This is an even bigger gesture to the stoner, who accepts the treat enthusiastically.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You ever hoovered library Schneef?
I've hoovered Schneef off of the cover of Gordon Corman's This Can't Be Happening at McDonald Hall.
Riley and Jonesy now have hold of the horse's bridle and lead the poor creature.
You want to come home with me? You can sleep in my bed.
Ew.
He'd break it. He'd break your bed. His dick alone would break your bed.
I saw that too.
Yeah.
It's really big.
Katie's phone dings again, and, hands still covered in frosting, she awkwardly pulls it out of her pocket. Another series of texts from Stuart, superimposed on screen. It's Stuart. Email has been precarious. New address is slipknot007 @hotmail.com. Would you
Somebody
like
own
to
that.
join me for an ice cream social this evening? Carefully, she types back, superimposed on screen. Can't tonight.
You ever hoover Sunday school Schneef?
I've hoovered Schneef off the collection plate in the rectory.
You know what dick dingers are?
Yeah.
You know what? Movie with the guy who whispers to horses.
Oh,
Brokeback Mountain?
Riley and Jonesy are still holding the horse captive.
No.
No.
Wayne and Katie are back together at the cupcake decoration station. Wayne turns towards Dan and Daryl and blows his party horn joyously, while Katie smiles and picks out another cupcake.
That's the toughest guy in Letterkenny.
End credits.
Yeah. I love you guys.
Love you.
We done it.
Trevor's song got more airtime than mine did.
I can play them both at the same time. How about that?
Are you seriously bitching about that?
That was such a surprise.
This song sounds so familiar.
I had to throw that in. I'm like, I was looking for songs to play at that point, and I was like, oh, let's do that. I was just going through. I have so many fucking songs for all the shows that I've done. I'm like, oh, and yeah, because on that the episode that you were on with us, we played your music.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that actually.
I'm not sure I'm giving you permission for that. Yeah.
I actually thought about that before we started. I was like,
nope.
What's
You
Al gonna do?
you already gave permission to How Are You Now?
Oh,
So.
that one? Somebody else's actually?
No,
No, that's
it's all
not.
good. It's all good.
Why are you trying to nibble on my finger?
Nipple, you have nipple fingers. What?
I must because my dog keeps trying to like nibble on my fingers like she's a pup, like she's a baby trying to suckle on the teat. There's no milk in my fingers.
So I just want to say, like, having Dan like okay, having Dennis as Dan like constantly one up Daryl's hypotheticals just fits Dennis's resume so much because like he's always coming out with shit you do not fucking expect.
Yeah.
And your timing, Dennis, is amazing.
That's right.
So good.
Even
Yeah,
when
but
he's
can I
at
give
work,
a big old fuck off to Al and Tanya and fucking puppers and all dressed chips? Come on. What the fuck?
They're the
Yes.
only fucking Canadians on this goddamn thing. Come on.
Shite, man. Share the fucking wealth.
seriously.
You got Tiara in the background. She's part Canadian.
Well, you're half Canadian, all right, but you're not living there, so
Nope.
Oh,
But you could if you wanted.
I could
Renee, you're more than welcome to come up here, and I'll
So-
give you puppers and all dressed chips.
You don't get all dressed.
What?
Birdie.
You guys
No,
don't
we-
get all dressed chips either.
I mean,
Yeah, we
I
do.
have all dressed in my local, so I don't really get the big
Not here in
all dressed or
Pittsburgh.
not all that. I don't care what he says.
They sell them at Kroger stores.
Yeah, I was
Really?
gonna say they also have them at Whole Foods. Made their own. Their Whole Foods
Fuck
brand
Whole
has a.
Foods.
Yeah, but it's not
all
real.
I get them at Safeway. They're Ruffles brand all dressed. They're not that great.
I hate
Yeah.
Whole Foods.
They're better than ketchup chips. I'll tell you that.
yeah.
Ketchup chips are just so fucking boring.
They're
I
They're-
only
Like,
eat
they're
yeah,
20
you know what,
gross.
Jared Kizo, if you're listening to this, come and fight me about it.
No, literally.
Yeah,
she
that's
wants to fight her.
I was gonna say, yeah,
And by
that's what's gonna
fight,
happen.
Either she means
Not
that,
that
she
I-
means like give her a
She
nice
loves pain.
choke. Yeah.
Look,
means
look,
something
it'd be
that's
like a
about
Klingon fight, right? Like, you know, at the end.
Oh,
the Vulcan thing.
Boom, 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 boom.
He's got to be in the jump. There has to be a door frame to jump up into.
He gets her in a chokehold. Harder, Daddy. Wait, what?
No, I think you mean daddy.
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 Oh, Daddy, give me that. Yeah.
Can you imagine if he's actually
Daddy.
watching right now? Because Trevor like knew about this. Like Jared is just like watching this, going, "What the?"
How the fuck did you be friends with these people?
No, like I'm 70% sure he'd realize we're making fun of him, which he
Oh, yeah.
deserves.
I do want to.
100%
I want to
he
get.
deserves it.
I do want to get Trevor on one of these things if we keep doing this. But yeah, because I love.
What do you mean if?
Well, you never know.
Right?
I don't know.
We're
Things
Yeah.
happen.
Dean's
You know.
gonna be taking
I-
other
I'll-
than Letterkenny.
I will.
right?
I
We're
will
gonna
be
keep
taking
Letterkenny.
a hiatus for a bit. Once we're done with Disputed. I'm just gonna.
Except for Letterkenny when they come back, because you fucking asshole, we're doing it.
Right?
So Kiara's gonna be running. How are you now?
You
Anywho's,
see what kind of a bang up job I'm doing on Facebook with that right now? I never remember.
that's okay.
Memories suck.
Anywho's,
are,
so yeah,
are we
I
gonna like propose which next table read we want to do?
well, so yeah, go ahead, Al.
It's got to be relationships. Come on, people. It's got attentions paid for cold open. It's got Wayne, like some of the best scenes with Wayne.
You're just bitter because the cold open got knocked out of the bracket.
Oh, Twitter people on Twitter are dumb, but
Hey!
So
Hey,
relationships.
you're not dumber than the people on Reddit. I tell
All
you
right.
what.
So relationships. What else? I'm gonna make. I'll make a poll.
International
with
Women's
dicks.
Day.
Talent show?
What? Hang on. Yeah, Letterkenny talent show. I think would be great.
Yeah, that would be fun.
That'd be good. Anything with dicks.
No, International
Dean,
Women's Day.
Dean, I need you to do more Glenn.
Well, if a
Oh,
talent show,
yeah.
I got the Lasik, but it didn't take.
they run into Glenn all the time.
Oh yeah, and I would get to do the. I wanna be close to Christ. Wayne.
Yeah, like just channel
I
your
vote talent
best
show.
Morrissey impression.
Yeah. I vote talent show for that.
Yeah,
I'd be for that.
I'm down with that. All right, so I'm gonna make a poll just to see how many do we want to put out there. I mean, I've got 2 right now. We should have at least 3 or 4.
Let's do 4. Yeah, let's do
Okay.
4.
So
Ag Hall. Best
Hard
of
right, Jay.
Alcohol and
Ooh,
hard right
Hard
J.
Right Jay.
Wait, which ag hole?
That's
Can we
a
do
fucked up
Hard
ass
Right
shit.
Jay around Election Day?
Ooh, what's
in the US. Can we like do Hard Rate J in November or something?
Show.
Like,
Yeah, go for it.
Yes, Hard Rate J in
Feeling-
November is good.
yeah.
what's the one with Wayne and oh my gosh. What was the one? Okay. Take it offside. Hold on. Go.
What?
I'm still putting up International Women's Day.
Yeah. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
We need
way
more broads.
right?
I want to be Mrs. McMurray.
Hey!
Wait, we're
I
so
swear.
just
Admitted there.
underbending on this show. Let's get some cross gender. Let's go. Let's fucking go.
This ain't Monty Python.
As I always say.
Always look on the bright side of life.
Yeah, that's the one.
I bet
Tanya's
you the podcast
proposing
people are loving this.
the first.
Well, they could chime in as well. I mean, the one person who's watching.
My dog just sold me.
Tanya's proposing
Your
the
dog
one,
just stole your underwear?
where Wayne and
No, I
Tannis have the
see.
first date.
Oh.
Get-
Oh, that's Series 5, Episode 2, The Old College Try.
that's it. Yeah, the old college.
Which one?
try.
The old college try. So that's 4. Do we want one more, or is 4 good?
And Tanis should be played by Tiara there.
All right.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah, okay.
So if we got 4. Do we want one more, or are we good?
I'd
I
say
think 4 is good.
Let's
That's
see
the
what the
limit
kids
for a
think.
Twitter poll, too. So you
Yeah,
can
you
just
can't do
throw it up
more
in
than
both
4 on
places.
Twitter, yeah.
Oh, I will. I could just put the. I mean, I'll have the poll just like I do for the.
Oh, right.
Like I do Undisputed. So I'll just.
Yeah, but
Oh,
that's an
one of the
extra click.
McMurray
So if
ones
you
would be good,
also
too.
do it on Twitter, you can have like double the results.
I could, but I'm not going to do that.
Christine
What
would
he,
be good
what he
in that.
means, awesome. What he means
Sorry.
is once he's done it on Disputed, you can link to it because he's lazy and is completely burnt out on other people. So
Yes.
Fair. I know that feel. I know that feel.
One place, 2 clicks.
we had an amazing weekend where there was hardly any actual vocal language used because all we do
Yeah.
is talk in this house because there's too many people here sometimes.
The body language.
I think if those people are watching, they probably just heard you say that.
Love you, mom.
Body
No,
language.
no,
Body
she knows this.
Very
I need to
white
get- I
lady
need to
in the
get going.
background.
All right, Ron.
See you guys. Love you
Thanks,
guys.
buddy. Love you.
See ya, bud.
Good night.
Night.
All right. So, anybody got anything else they'd like to say before we wrap this this bad boy up?
Make it go bye-bye.
I think I'm dying.
I'm bored. Who wants to hang
Don't
I'm
die.
nocturnal. Who wants to hang out with me afterwards?
You want to hang out with Austin afterwards?
I could.
Yeah, we just got to feed the dogs, but
Yeah, and get a snack.
We,
And
we
get a
can't- we
snack.
got kids going to school tomorrow for the first time.
Yeah,
so.
I got to study.
Yeah.
I have to go straight to work.
all right.
like
So it'll
it,
just
but
be us,
I can
Awesome.
hang.
All right. Well, you guys call me
Okay,
on
all right,
Discord,
and
right?
What?
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to sign us out and say, do all this stuff here.
Yeah.
Where's my, all right, friends. Thank you for joining us here on another How Are You Now table read. We'll be back in a month or something like that for our next one. We'll be putting a poll up, and I hope you join us to do that. It'll be out on our Twitter, How Are You Now Pod, and all that good stuff. So y'all take care.